All right, it's your Sports Insider, Lance Cossack here with the Buzz, the Highlands Ranch Weekly Picks. You know how I do it ranch style, baby. Night before we go to work. We're Friday night this week. Made it through. Everybody knows I picked my Denver Broncos. That YouTube video was uploaded Tuesday. Denver beat them by 2 touchdowns, and they should have. Denver defense played amazing. This defense is legitimate top 5. Legitimate top 5. Here we go with the pick for the weeks. Right now, your Sports Insider 71, 35, and 1 puts me in the top 5% of the country. Normally, I'm out ahead of the race, so I'm going to have to play a little catch up here. But I'm within the top 5 on wins, no matter where I'm at. 71, 35, and 1 right now. Here we go. 45 seconds in. We already got the Denver. We got the Thursday night game handled. Bronco country, baby. All right, starting it off early Sunday morning, live from the big Wembley Stadium in London. It's kind of interesting. We're going to go by London time. So what they're finding with their marketing is by starting too late in the day, they're losing money. That's why that stadium wasn't so packed. My guess is look for a packed house at Wembley this time. Obviously, you're bringing the NFL back a second time. A little bit better product than Miami, Oakland. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Bronco fans. You know how we do it, baby. Anyway, here we go. Detroit at Atlanta. Atlanta gets it as the home game, the facade home game. Neutral turf. I look for Detroit to ride the way they pulled it out against New Orleans. Stafford's looking good. I believe Calvin Johnson's going to be on the field. Megatron, if not, you have Golden Tate. You have some weapons. Reggie Bush is performing well. Is Pettigrew going to get his head out of his butt and play some football here? I'm not sure. But the big tight end like that has to be a huge part of the game plan against Atlanta, who has no defense against any type of tight end. Made Jimmy Graham a lot of money, haven't they? Here we go. I'm taking Detroit. Detroit over Atlanta. And we're going to say it's a close game. It's going to be a close game. That's how we roll. Next on the docket, St. Louis goes into Arrowhead. And unfortunately, the wave that St. Louis are playing great, two great games at home. They went 1-1. They beat the world champs. So they're going to live on that for a while. They're injured, a little beat up. Fisher going to get a reality check. Andy Reid's playing right now for their season. Yeah, you heard me. Chasing ain't easy. It ain't easy. I got Kansas City winning big at home. I don't even think it's really a good game. If Kansas City wants to contend and win a playoff game, they better be able to put away a St. Louis team at home in Week 8. And that's a fact. Look for that score to be somewhere around 33-17. I expect that a lot. Houston going into Tennessee, and Tennessee's in shambles. Almost lost Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago. Tennessee is just not quite getting it right. A tough heartbreak loss to Washington last week. When you thought you had it in hand, and all of a sudden you let Colt McCoy come in and beat you. Well, I tell you what, Fitzpatrick is a little better than Colt McCoy. And that Ivy League grad going to come through. Hand it off to Arian Foster. Tote the rock 25 to 30 times. Get the ball to Andre Johnson. Target him 10 times. J.J. Watt does his thing in Houston. Has a formula to win. They're going back and forth. They're 3-4. I think they get to 4-4 this week with a big victory over Tennessee. But it won't be pretty. It's going to be a 19-17 type game. Because that's how ugly Houston wants to win this year. Minnesota goes to Tampa Bay. Bridgewater, it's going to be a rough time for you, man. It's going to be a rough time on you. But I'll tell you what, Bridgewater style will bring Minnesota success later on. Just not now. Just not now. Anyway, we're going to go with Tampa Bay at home. Alec, the Buck fan, going to have Warren Sapp in the yard. Boom, Bud Light, down for whatever. I'm down for whatever, baby. YouTube special that. That's how I roll, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Tampa Bay wins this one. 30-20. Lovie Smith starting to get the troops pulled in after some early season disastrous type games. Seattle at Carolina. Could it be the world champs go to 3-4? You can't pick Carolina at home. Jekyll and Hyde misguided this year on what you get out of Carolina, but I can't bet against the world champs. I'd like to see them hang on to that title a little longer, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to take Seattle. And I'm telling you what, the world champs better get up off the mat. You better get up off the mat if you want to defend that crown. And that's a fact. You heard it here first from Lance Cossack, Sports Insider Extraordinaire. If you want to defend the crown, get up off the mat now. Seattle, win this game. I expect you to win it, but it's going to be fucking a heartbreaker. It's going to be a heartbreaker. 27-24. Seattle wins this, pulls this out. Baltimore at Cincy. Some people say Baltimore match up well against us. I don't know. You want to see 7 more touchdowns? I don't care. You could talk about that being last year. You could talk about whatever. I like Baltimore. I have a Baltimore insider who's giving me all the details on that D line and the pressure they bring. You know what? This run ain't for Ray Ray. But Cincy should have came out. Should have been the class of the AFC North. Contend with Denver. Now it's Baltimore. Baltimore has to go into Cincinnati and beat a team where AJ Green is not playing. You have to win, Baltimore, if you want to consider yourself a contender. 17-16, Baltimore pulls this one out. Miami at Jacksonville. Jacksonville got to win. Miami's going to bring them back to earth. It should be, unfortunately, a laugher type game. 34-10. Miami should win this thing going away. It's a good week for Miami. Don't forget they're only 1 loss away from Philbin being on the hot seat because he'll criticize what Tannehill's doing and they're not sure how they want to go about it. So Miami, you better blow out Jacksonville there. It's going to be some issues for the Dolphins. I got a Dolphins insider down there. He's a Miami. He's an all sports guy down there. He's my boy. And we were talking about the Dolphins, and he let me know, hey, the Dolphins are a hot seat away from big front office issues. So let's win this game. Let's blow out Jacksonville. I'm taking Miami big, 34-10. One of the stronger picks of the week. Chicago going into Foxborough, into Gillette Stadium. Robert Kraft's licking his chops as an owner. I get to destroy the Bears season. The Bears don't win now. It's over. No playoffs. No Cutler MVP. No best receivers in the game. Marcel Bennett drops more passes, and they should have just left him suspended. They're getting nothing out of Forte. That line that was supposed to be gelled by now is not looking so great. Defensively, you can't stop the run, the pass. Special teams are getting burned. You let the greatest one ever go. I'm just saying, Chicago. Bear Nation is sad. It's a sad year. And you know what? That's what happens when you draft Cutler. We know, baby. We know. We know what happens when you have Marshall. We know. We've been there. I had to sit. Listen, I sat on a game on my birthday, October 7th, 2007, against the Chargers. Chargers came into Denver and blasted us. It was when the Chargers were winning the division. They blasted Denver. And I sat there on my birthday in the second row of that game. So I know what it's like to have to root for Cutler and Marshall. I'm just saying. New England wins this game, 23-16. New England must win this game because that schedule is about to get brutal. Moving right along the list, Buffalo at the Jets. Da-dun-da-da-dun. Upset special. The Jets win this game. Rex Ryan's job is on the line, baby. And I've been saying it since last year. I was premature on Rex Ryan being on the hot seat. But Rex Ryan, gotta go. Jets, Jet, where the fireman? You know who I am? Come holler at your boy in Denver. This is pick time. I'm the best in the country, sports insider, Colorado Media School graduate. I'm a guru, baby. I know football. The Jets beat Buffalo 23-20, and an upstart Buffalo team gets sad about it. Geno Smith's going to make some plays. They now have a little bit of relief for Decker, and watch him make a few more plays. Arizona hosting Philly. I got to ride Arizona because Palmer's playing. I want Arizona to be a contender. A real contender wins a home game against Philly right now. Arizona do it. Philly, you want to be a real contender. You go on the road in Arizona and make your sports insider a believer. I got a Philly insider, my boy Philly, and he tells me, hey, Philly don't win. They're not contenders. That's the real deal. That's the truth about Philly fans. They want contenders only. Rocky, baby. They want contenders. Moving down the list. Oakland. Can it be the first time in 95 years a team loses to 2-0 and whatever teams this late in the season? Cleveland's going to be the first because that's their MO, baby. Make history the wrong way. Oakland gets off the schneid. 20-17. Indy at Pittsburgh. I got Indy going into Heinz Field and owning the catch-up spot. Boom. Oh, the terrible towels. They're going to be crying, waving, crying. Luck's going to come in and put a luck on you. And I'm taking Green Bay over New Orleans. in a tough game. New Orleans is going to play much better than people think. Monday night, Dallas. All you Cowboy fans, you talk all that. I had all that on Twitter. At Eva's Daddy 23, try to pretend he's a tough guy. Come on, internet tough guy. Get off the Twitter feed. Holler at me. You know who I am. I'm representing that 303, baby. To NFL Network, thanks for posting out some of my tweets this week. Watching the World Series. I got Dallas. If you want to contend with the real D, America's team, the real D, Denver, you better beat a Washington team that's garbage. And you better beat them big on Monday night stage. You saw the Thursday night stage? Answer the bell, Cowboy fans. Pick 'em, baby. Bronco country. Woo!